Are you ready to take your English from sounding, well, a little robotic to something a lot more real and smooth? If so, you've definitely come to the right place. Let's get right into it.
You know, so many English learners get to this point. It's like hitting a wall. You've done the hard work. You know the grammar rules. You've got a ton of vocabulary. But when you speak, something just feels off, right? We call that the fluency gap. And today we are going to work on closing it for good.
So let me just ask you this. Does this sound familiar at all? That feeling when you've learned all the rules, but your words just don't, flow in a real conversation? If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, this is going to be a total game changer for you.
Okay, just take a look at this. On the one side, you have, that is a valid consideration I had not thought of. I mean, it's grammatically perfect, right? But it sounds like it's straight out of a textbook. Now look at the other side. That's a good point. See? Simple, natural. It's what people actually say. And that difference right there, that's what we're all about today.
So what's the secret sauce here? What's the trick? Well, it's not about cramming more and more single words into your brain. Nope. It's all about mastering phrases. Think of them as the real building blocks that are going to unlock that authentic, confident English you're looking for.
And here's the best part, really. You don't need to learn like thousands and thousands of these things. It turns out that getting a handle on just over 500 of the most common phrases can totally transform your day-to-day conversations. Seriously, it's like your starter toolkit for sounding genuinely fluent.
Okay, so let's make sure we're on the same page. What even is a phrase in this context? It's just a little group of words that kind of works together as one piece. Imagine them as these little pre-packaged chunks of language. Using them makes your speech way faster, a whole lot smoother, and just so much more natural.
All right, you ready? Let's start building that toolkit right now with the absolute essentials. These are the phrases you'll hear all the time, and you can literally start using them today.
Okay, so hello. We all know hello, right? But let's branch out a little. If you're talking to friends, something like hey or what's up is way more natural. Haven't seen someone for a bit? How have you been? Is the perfect way to go. You see, having these different options makes your greetings feel so much more personal, and you can match them to the situation.
Okay, check this out. This is a perfect example of how powerful these little phrases are. Take no worries. This one is a total powerhouse. Somebody says thank you, you can say no worries. Somebody apologizes for a little mistake, no worries. It's this one simple, friendly, relaxed phrase that does the job of like 3 or 4 different responses.
And hey, speaking of mistakes, let's just get this out of the way. They happen. It's totally okay. Apologizing is just a normal, everyday part of talking to people. And when you have the right phrases handy, it makes the whole thing feel smooth instead of, awkward.
So, for little things, right? Like you accidentally bump into someone. A quick, oops, sorry, is perfect. If it's something a little bigger, taking ownership with, it's my fault, is a really strong, clear way to do it. And check out the responses too. They're just as simple and designed to make the other person feel better. That's okay. It happens. Easy.
Okay, so you've got the basics down. Now, it's time to level up. We're going to move into phrases that really add personality and rhythm to your English. The kind of stuff that keeps a conversation flowing and makes it feel, well, real.
Just look at all these options here for a second. Instead of just a boring I agree, you could say absolutely. Or if it's super informal with a friend, tell me about it. It just shows so much more enthusiasm. And on the flip side, when you disagree, saying something like, I'm not so sure about that, is so much softer and more polite than just a blunt no. It keeps the conversation friendly.
All right, now we get to the really fun stuff. Idioms. Honestly, getting a few of these under your belt is one of the fastest shortcuts to sounding more like a native speaker. They're a little weird, but they're awesome.
So, let's take this one. Hit the nail on the head. What does that even mean? It just means that someone has said something that is exactly, perfectly, 100% correct. They've perfectly described a situation or a problem. And here's how you'd hear it. See, it's a fantastic way to compliment someone on being really insightful. You're basically saying, wow, your analysis is spot on. Okay, here's another great one. To spill the beans. When you tell someone to spill the beans, you're basically saying, come on, tell me the secret, give me the gossip.
You can just hear how playful and fun that is, right? It's a very informal, very excited way to ask for information. It really adds a ton of personality.
Wow, okay, we've actually covered a whole bunch. But really, this is just the beginning. The real key here is to turn all this knowledge into an actual habit. So let's talk about how you can keep this journey going.
Here's a super simple 3-step plan you can start right away. First, just listen. Train your ear to catch these phrases in movies, in songs, in conversations you overhear. Second, don't try to learn everything at once. Just pick, say, 3 to 5 new phrases each week to really focus on. And third, and this is the most important part, you got to use them. Seriously, don't be afraid to try them out. It's the only way they'll start to feel natural.
And hey, if you're the kind of person who likes a more structured approach, things like ebooks or online courses can be a fantastic way to keep the momentum going. In fact, the source we pulled a lot of this from actually offers a nice little discount for new students just to help you along. So I'm going to leave you with one final thought, a little challenge. Out of everything we talked about today, what is one new phrase you're going to try to use this week? Just one. Pick it, use it, and take that amazing next step from sounding robotic to sounding real. You've got this.